Oh, and this is how we get down. What is good? Happy Thursday to everybody in the BTT universe. Welcome to Coach and Company. We are live, as always, across this great land of ours on the Stadium Network, available in over 100 million homes. Wherever Stadium is, that's where we are every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, Roku TV, Vizio, LG. You guys know what time it is. Now, we have an outstanding next 60 minutes for all of you. The NFL schedules have come out, and now teams, they're being very creative. We're going to look at some of our favorites. Also, over at BetMGM, we've got futures. What about week one odds? We'll take a look at some of those games. Also, we've got one word today, and coming up at the bottom of the hour, one big NBA game. It's a Western Conference game, and to me, it's the best series that we've had so far. It is the Thunder on the road in Denver to take on the Nuggets. Plus, we have Round the Rink. Plus, we have Best Bets. Is there anything more that we could do for you? So, if you're watching on our YouTube channel and you want your voice to be heard on national television, you can do that through a super sticker. But also, I would like for you to hit that like button on your way in and subscribe. All right, we've got a brand new talent. Excited to roll him out today. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we look forward, we must always look back. What's our motto here at the brand? Say it with me. Let's just win more than we lose. And yesterday, we did that barely. 4-3. And my resident cash stacker, Big Chuck, once again, he is 2-0, just cashing tickets. And we have plays from Charles on the show today, even though he won't physically be on the show. By the way, one of our company crew members, Big Tommy C, in the chat. Any questions for him? He's licking his wounds a little bit. Lost his bet yesterday, but Celtics win big time. So Big Tommy C has a big old fat smile on his face this morning. Let him know about it in the chat if you're watching on YouTube. All right, that's all the housekeeping. That's all the housekeeping I can possibly do. It's time to get into our best bets. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to beat the books. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, a big Coach and Company welcome to our newest member of the team. He is from SureDog. He loves MMA. He loves the PFL. Oh, I'm not even wearing my PFL hat today. Look at that. Also, he writes for the Bears. He writes for the Celtics. Mike Pendleton, welcome to the show. Did you have anything to write about last night, sir?
Well, thank you for having me. And yes, the Beagles were out because Luke Cornett's second half performance was incredible. Kristaps Porzingis, who I think Luke Cornett starts on Friday night.
Wow, a hot take right from the jump. All right, stand by you. Now, Seabass, I know you don't know who he just said. You have no clue the name that he just said. But that's why are you rolling your eyes at me already on it? I feel like we're going to disagree all morning. How are you?
Well, first of all, Coach, I'm great. Hope you're doing well. I know who Kristaps Porzingis is. I know who Luke Cornett
No, the
is.
other name, not Porzingis, the other name that he said.
Cornett. I just say I know who that is as well. Like I just because I don't have any loyalty and ties to anybody, Coach. I know the names. And look, big shout out to the Wolves last night for their win. I didn't want them to win, but this is why this is my issue with the NBA and why you think I don't know anybody's name. Why on God's green earth is Julius Randle firing up 6 threes? And I'm not talking like my toes just beyond the line. He's firing up Curry threes from the logo. They should have lost.
Well, they did hit the over because apparently they were trying to get to the over 121, 110. That was kind of one of those series, wasn't it, guys? Once Steph Curry went out, it was almost like, an animal in the safari that has one bad leg, and you're just like, just put them out of their misery already. Yeah. And we've got a topic coming up in one word in about 15 minutes on that Warriors series, but it was tough. Wasn't it tough, Mike, to watch Steph Curry sit there in street clothes? Hamstring is probably worse than a sprained ankle because in basketball, there's nothing that you can do. To me, it was hard to watch. How about you?
It was very hard to watch, but I'll say this, for anyone who may be like Seabass and doesn't have emotional tie to any team, I think Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves is who you should be rooting for because that's the next face of the NBA. And with all these teams getting decimated by injuries, I think we want to see Ant get that first ring this year.
Interesting. What do you think about that, Seabass?
I would agree. The kid's fun to watch. Great for the game. Love that.
He's great for the game. All right, we've got a ton of best bets today. And by the way, people at home right now, because we have this guy we call King Lettuce, Mike Young Payton. He's become a crowd favorite, a fan favorite. And normally he's here on Thursdays. But my man called in this morning and said, Coach, I'm going to be there. Like, he has sweat coming down his face, 102-degree temperature. I said, get to urgent care. He goes, no, I got to get my best bets out. It reminds me of when Howie used to call us from the ambulance with a needle in his arm going to dialysis. I got to be on the show, Coach. I got to be on the show. So we do have picks, albeit from a man with 102-degree temperature here on the show. But Seabass, I would love for you to be a mentor, a big brother, if you will, to kind of show young Mike how we do things here at Coaching Company. So I would love for you to start us off. What do you got?
Yeah, Coach. Listen, the only thing I've been able to hit lately is these hit parlays. So today I got 2 hit parlays. Hey, you got to go with what's cooking, right? So first one, we got Marcus Semien and Dalton Varsho. Put those 2 guys together. You got plus 152. Semien, 12 of 19 versus Hunter Brown today, 632 average. And I get he's only batting 179 on the year, but what better way to get hot again is against a guy that you just destroy. 12 at bats, 12 hit, only 2 strikeouts he's got. So the guy's going to put the ball in play. Give us a hit here. And then Dalton Varsho, 4 of 9 versus Zach Littell, who's got an 8.23 hit rate. We're definitely going to put these 2 together. That's parlay number 1. Parlay number 2, the Big Bear Marcell Ozuna going up against Trevor Williams today. He's 11 of 33 versus Williams. Williams is one of the worst hit rates in Major League Baseball at 11.54. Definitely going to get a hit here. And then Adolis Garcia. I know he's struggling this year, but in that same game against Hunter Brown, he's got a 333 career average against him. I like him to get a hit today. I've got 2 separate parlays. Also going to round robin this and put them all together in one big parlay, plus 399.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
wow.
feeling it, Coach. The hits
I also saw what you said, or I saw what you did there when you said you got to go with what's cooking. And on brand for you. Very, very on brand
sometimes,
for you.
Coach, I got to I'm learning.
I like it. All right, we got one play from Big Chuck today, and it's a premium play. He pulls the curtain back on his side hustle. I told you guys, if you play 1 or 2, you're paying for the entire year. So our premium play today is from La Liga on ESPN Plus. Real Vallecano against Betis, over 2.5. Both Real and Betis, road, home splits, average 2.7 total goals. So you put those 2 together, we're going to sail 4 and 5. There is the QR code on the screen right now. Download it, be a part of the side hustle. I'm telling you right now, you will not be sorry for that. All right, Big Mike, coming over to you, big boy. 3 big plays. Go.
I got Jamal Murray over 21.5 points. Not only is it a must-win game, but he's averaging 22 plus in this series. And when it comes to Jamal Murray, we all know Nikola Jokic is going to be that guy for the Denver Nuggets. But if they want a chance to force a Game 7, Jamal Murray has to step up. He has to be the second guy for this offense. And I really like Jamal Murray over 21.5 points. My second one, Elly De La Cruz, 2 total bases. He leads the Cincinnati Reds with 70 total bases on the year. He's the home run leader on the team, and they are facing the lowly, the depressing, the absolute garbage Chicago White Sox. And I think Elly could run to second base backwards against the Chicago White Sox team. So I like Elly De La Cruz, 2 total bases. That is a plus 110. And finally, my last pick, I think it's going to be a pitcher's duel. Hunter Brown, 6+ strikeouts versus the Texas Rangers. That's a minus 195. In 48 2/3 inning pitch, the Hunter Brown has 58 Ks on the year. So that's over 1 strikeout per inning. I really like Hunter Brown in this matchup. He's been one of the best comeback stories in baseball dating back to the second half of last year. He's been lights out all year. So I like Hunter Brown 6+ Ks.
All right. And at minus 195 might be a nice parlay piece if people don't want to lay that much juice. So take that with a grain of salt. But you heard the numbers. Great job, Mikey. Great start by you. All right. I feel a 3-0 day for you. All right. Now, My goodness. My apologies. I must be catching something from young Peyton because I'm getting ready to do his picks right here, right now. He likes the Minnesota Twins on the run line today, plus 115. The Twins have won 10 games in a row. The Orioles stink right now. His words. The Twins have won 14 games in a row as underdogs against the Orioles following a win. And they won last night. So, bam, there you go. Then he likes the Nuggets on the money line today, plus 165. And he also agrees with you, Mike, on Jamal Murray over 21.5 points as well. So we got a little synergy between Mikey and young Peyton. Now, if you're going to cash with the coach, you're going to do with these two plays. Normally I have Amazon Prime watching our beautiful faces every morning, but I got the PGA Championship on right now. The lead is at 3 under par. I've got 2 round 1 matchups coming up later this afternoon, but you got to get them in the next couple of hours. Now, this one's a little juicy, but sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. Justin Thomas. He just won a signature event last week, nearly won the Truist with your boy was on the call. But over Jordan Spieth, and Spieth has a chance at the career Grand Slam this week, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to lay the 50 cents, round 1 matchup, JT over Spieth. Hideki minus 118. He had a great week last week until Sunday. So I'm only laying 18 cents over Victor Hovland, who admittedly has no clue where his golf ball is going right now. When you get to a major venue, and you don't know where your ball's going, you simply can't play a course like Quail Hollow. Those are my 2 big plays today, round 1 coming up this afternoon. All right, all the best bets are done. So let's bring in our man from the hottest site, the hottest model, the hottest. I don't even know where I should go. Mom, look at the smirk on his face right now because he's doing so good right now. So, Mark, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is better at JTS right now, the hockey model or the Major League Baseball model?
Oh, Coach, you might as well just ask me who's my favorite kid. Okay, what do you want me to do? They are all doing fantastic. Right now, baseball is hitting at almost 74% as far as money line winners, and our hockey model swept the board last night, hit everything. So I absolutely am thrilled with both of them.
Wow. So the Z-Man called you last night when they were scoring 6 goals to say thank you to the model for helping me out on that? Did you get that?
Z-Man said, I am so glad the model was backing Florida in this one. Please let me know if it ever changes.
Yeah, that sounds like Z. All right, you've got 45 seconds. What is our JTS play of the day?
You got it. We're going to start with Oklahoma Thunder Aaron Wiggins to make at least 1 3-pointer. The man's shooting threes like he's trying to win a stuffed animal at the fair. He's hit at least 1 3 in all 5 games against Denver, and he's shooting a ridiculous 53% from deep. He's shooting better from 3 than Soupy is going against Peyton. We're going to pair that with Alexander Kirk of the Blue Jays to get at least 1 hit. Kirk has a 5-game hit streak at home where he's getting almost 2 hits per game. He's already 2 for 2 lifetime versus Zach Lytle, and we're expecting him to give Toronto fans something to smile about today as they're licking their wounds from last night. Put them both together for a plus 110, Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we don't even have Raphael here to tell us if we just cash that ticket. But you're going to cash a lot if you do this. You download this QR code. You join JTS Sports just like we do. And you use our code BTT30. Why would you do that? Because we're going to give you 30 days for free. You can try out the entire site, the cappers, the algorithms, the edges, whatever you want to call it. This thing, you just heard the man, 74% hitting in baseball, swept the board last night in hockey. Why would you not put every tool that you have in your toolbox? I don't know. All right, great start. Great start to the show. I feel great on Thursday. It's kind of like Christmas morning for me because you guys know I work for the PGA Tour. Whenever you have the year's second major, I'm in a great mood. But coming up on the other side, we're going to go a little one word. We got a ton of topics, and the NFL released their schedule. We got to look at a couple of those. We're just getting started. I absolutely love this crew today. It's Coach and Company, as always, right here on Stadium. All right, the entire NFL schedule has been released, which means over at BetMGM, we've got week 1 numbers. Seabass, let me come over to you because the Cowboys and the Eagles, night 1, Thursday, September 4th. Eagles at home. That's tradition for the defending Super Bowl champions. They're laying 7 against Dallas, who will now have George Pickens, hopefully a healthy Dak Prescott. Do you like this number?
I don't like the number, Coach. If Dak Prescott is healthy and we're hoping to get the George Pickens that Dallas hopes that they got from Pittsburgh, I think it's going to be a closer game. Division rivalry, week one matchup. I think 7 is a lot of points to give here. I'd take Dallas.
Mikey, I've heard a lot of people say they wish the Eagles were playing somebody else in week one. I don't get it. This is the best rivalry in football when both teams are good. Do you like the number?
I do like the number. Second best rivalry behind Bears and Packers, but I digress. George Pickens is hot, cold, and bittersweet all at once on the football field. And I don't know that the Dallas running game is going to be on the field. I don't know if their defense is going to be on the field. And let me just remind the world, Saquon Barkley still plays for the Eagles. He is must-see TV, and I think the Eagles run away with this game while Jerry Jones sits in his press box and cries a little bit because they're not going to hold anything to the Eagles.
But we made a move. We got George Pickens. We were busy. Shut up, Jerry Jones. Shut up. By the way, Saquon bringing the running back contract back. He's like $20 million a year now, isn't he, with that new deal that he signed?
And Derrick Henry just became the oldest player over 30 to get a rich contract. I don't know the exact number, but he just signed a 2-year extension with the Ravens, and it's the largest contract for a running back over 30 years old.
I think I saw the number was $30 million in that extension, so 15 a year would make sense. That would make sense. All right. Plenty more coming up on the NFL and rolling out their schedules. Part of it is extremely entertaining. Part of it, I just like pissing off Seabass. It's just something I just love to do. You know what I mean? All right, we're just getting started here on the show. We're back live on Stadium in just 5 seconds.
Oh, dear God.
Go, lady.
Just breathe and don't tense up. Breathe, don't tense up. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I'm doing this.
So epic.
So it begs the question, would you get a tattoo with a weak opponent, W-E-E-K? Seabass, I got to bring you back in on this one. Would you ever, if you got a free tattoo, be a part of a video for an NFL schedule rollout, Seabass?
No, absolutely not. I'm listen, this is a temple, okay? I'm not putting this annual... No, I'm not getting a tattoo for a video. I don't even know what I just watched, but there was a lot going on in that. But to answer your question, no, I'm not getting a tattoo.
Reportedly, there were hundreds, if not thousands of people signed up to do this. Reportedly. And yes.
That was real.
That was real. Those were real tattoos.
I thought that, maybe the artist just had some...
No.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
And Mike, you write for the Bears. I believe that week 1, the Bears are playing Minnesota. Am I right?
Shout out to the woman who got the week 1 tattoo who said, breathe and don't tense up. Because that's the advice for JJ McCarthy. Breathe and don't tense up. No worries. You're only playing Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. No worries. It's only Monday Night Football. No worries. It's a revenge tour for Caleb Williams. By the way, if you're going to get a tattoo, please don't make it these cartoon characters. I would, Coach. I would get a weak opponent tattoo. Week 18, Bears Lions. I'm going to put the exclamation point on Ben Johnson's first season as he amplifies the Bears.
Wow. Already a hot take in May. Seabass, we got to put a pin in that and make sure we have that video when they're 7-10 coming up in December.
Roll the tape.
Roll tape, Mikey. All right, gentlemen, well done. We've got another one coming up in about 25 minutes, and this one will be for Seabass. If you know, you know. And you'll understand it when we roll it. But we've got a lot of topics right here. If you're just joining us for the first time on Coaching Company, first of all, welcome. We are far more than just a sports betting show. That can get boring sometimes. We love to discuss all things in sports. So we like to keep it simple because we know Soupy is watching. So we like to go one word. One word. All right, so the NFL schedule is very peculiar as they're leaning into more games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday throughout the entire season. So, Seabass, I'm going to start with you, and then Mikey, I want you to what we call piggyback. Just pick it up when he is done. So, topic number one. The Eagles have 7 standalone games this year. The Chiefs have 8 standalone teams this year. Seabass, one word on the NFL very clearly leaning into their 2 biggest brands in the respective conferences.
The word is overkill. Why do I need to see these teams every single week? Like if you alternated them, every week we're getting one of these teams in prime time. Now they may be the it girl right now, but their fan bases across the country are not relatively big compared to teams like Pittsburgh or Dallas, who aren't in the greatest state right now. But I don't, and also, Coach, it messes up my stadium meets because when I'm trying to do primetime games, if I got these teams every other week, how am I going to cook food from other cities?
You know what? I apologize, Mike. I did get an email from the stadium execs. They have an issue with that we need to talk about. So it's a very good point. Mikey, let me come over to you. One word.
Special. Seabass, I couldn't disagree with you anymore. I mean, these are the 2 teams that you want to see in prime time, in standalone games. These are the teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. Outside of a terrible Chiefs performance, these are the top 2 teams in the league, and their fan bases are growing. We just mentioned how Saquon Barkley reset the running back market. They're special talents. You got to display your special talents.
My one word is conflicted. I loved when Mikey went after Seabass. Not so much when he went after your boy. But we knew this was coming. We're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars. So to me, I thought we would never see Friday night games in our lifetime. And now it's becoming the norm. And my boys have to start the season against the Chargers on a Friday night, as we know, not near the friendly confines. So for me, I'm very conflicted for what we're talking about here, but this is the natural thing. And you make more money on standalone games than you do throwing them into Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock and 4:30. Speaking of 4:30, the Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl rematch, week 2. Is it a Sunday night? Is it a Monday night? Is it even a Thursday night? The answer is It is Sunday at 4:25 Eastern time. One word, Seabass, on the disrespect of this matchup.
Grateful. I'm grateful we don't have to watch it again. We're going to see the Chiefs 8 times in prime time. We see the Eagles 7 times. We already saw this game. You don't get a redo. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. It's one and done, buddy. We'll catch you on the next time. Just make it back to the Super Bowl. You can play them in prime time again then.
I'm going to go with unnecessary. It's unnecessary to give them a primetime game for what I just said in the last segment. These are the 2 best teams. Everyone will tune in. I don't know what channel it's being broadcasted on, but are you getting another Tom Brady broadcast? I wouldn't hate that. These 2 teams will bring in viewers no matter when they play.
My one word is make it with a hyphen. We'll make it the best that we can make it. But the fact that this, and this to me, when you're laying out the whole schedule and you're looking at the primetime games, you're looking at the standalone games, this should have been the first one that they look at. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you dug deep like I did in preparation for the show. But the Eagles do not have one back-to-back home game scenario. They are going teeter-totter the entire season. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. So the Eagles won't even get any home momentum this year. But in this week 2 game, we'll make it the best we can make it, even though both of you are now currently dead to me when it comes to NFL. All right, topic number 3. Last night, we mentioned that kind of like a wounded animal, finally the Minnesota Timberwolves put the injured Jimmy Butler, although he played out of his misery, Steph Curry, 121-110. So now Minnesota, for the second straight year, will go to the Western Conference Finals. However, Seabass, after the game, Steve Kerr said that if Steph Curry would have been healthy, they had a shot to win the whole thing, the NBA title. Meaning going through the Thunder, going through the Nuggets, and then somebody in the Eastern Conference. One word on Steve Kerr's mentality after the game.
I concur, agree. Pick one of those adjectives or nouns, whatever. I think he's absolutely 100% right here. Steph Curry, him going out, changed the entire dynamic of that series. When they made that trade for Jimmy Butler, the entire mentality and energy of that franchise changed the rest of the season. They were hot. I mean, they knocked off OKC. They beat Houston down the stretch at the end of the season there. They were playing really great team basketball, and they were playing really well in that series. They still managed to win game 2 when Steph went out. I think they would have given the Wolves a run for their money.
Delusional. Steve Kerr is delusional, right? You weren't getting past OKC. You weren't getting past the Denver Nuggets, and you weren't getting past who I said earlier is the new face of the NBA in Anthony Edwards. This man has taken now the Timberwolves in back-to-back Western Conference Finals. And maybe if the Pacers make it to the NBA Finals, the Warriors would have had a shot. But delusional, Steve Kerr.
Guaranteed, as in he's got a guaranteed contract. He makes $18 million a year. Most other coaches have been like, damn, I lost again. What am I going to do? Steve Kerr's a made freaking man. So he can say whatever he wants. Now, are they good enough to beat the Thunder with Steph Curry? Now, it's different in a best of 7 as opposed to a one-off. But he's got guaranteed placement, and he'll stay in Golden State as long as he wants to. All right, last night, topic number 4. The Panthers on the ice in the NHL playoffs have been amazing. They beat Toronto, go up 3-2. You know the Z-Man does not apologize for his Panthers fandom. So, Seabass, just put yourself in the Zaslow Mansion last night. They're going up 6-1, whatever the final score was. One word on the atmosphere at the Zaslow Mansion.
Disney, as in Disney World. It's got to be the happiest place on earth, right? We'll stick in Florida. That man's sipping his bourbon and yelling at the TV. He couldn't be happier. What was that, like a pig in mud or whatever the saying is? That's him right now, chilling and relaxing.
Elated. The game wasn't close. You do it on the road. I mean, you're now in a 3-2 lead. How could you be any happier? I thought I was the guy who was celebrating the Celtics' big victory. I think I heard him where I live in Missouri cheering this Panthers victory.
I'm so disappointed in both of you for not taking the only word that you can use for this particular topic. Nuts! Let's get nuts! That's what he says all the time when he's throwing out a 3-team parlay for plus 2,100. You can imagine Z-Man with the kids going bananas up 6-1. The one word is nuts in the Zaslow Mansion. Gentlemen, well done. Mikey, how much fun is one word? Wasn't that fun?
Fantastic. I don't want any beef with Seabass, though. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, see, no, I was going to say after in the post, you're like, I'm enjoying this. Don't keep it going. Don't need to apologize to me. I got thick skin over here. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah. He lives in this world, Mikey. This is, we call this his comfort zone for Seabass.
Yeah, this is great.
All right, we're only about halfway done, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty more coming up on the other side. We've got more bets from the ice with Round the Rink. We've got Hoop It Up. Can the Thunder finish things in Denver tonight? We'll discuss that. Then coming up in about 20 minutes, more on the NFL. It's Coaching Company. Having a great time right here on Stadium. Night number 2, Friday night. It doesn't even sound right when you say it, but that's where we are. Chiefs and Chargers as the NFL wants to go global, Seabass. So they're playing on September 5th. Believe it's in the same stadium that last year had the horrible footing and all that, but they're going back. Brazil, 2.5, the Chiefs are laying in technically a road game. So the Chargers get screwed out of a home game, and they go to a place where the field is horrible. What do you make of the line at 2.5 for Kansas City?
I always find these international games tough to handicap. I mean, it's atmosphere, it's travel. Then you're looking at the teams. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But the way the season's ended, Kansas City coming off it. So I like the line here. I like Kansas City here. I would have to imagine that the NFL went to revisit that stadium after the fact in preparation for this to set another date there. I can't believe they would put the players in the same sort of predicament in a situation where a field is just that garbage with so many complaints. I'm hoping they got it together and looking forward to another international game.
You would think so. Mikey, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think if the field is better, we're going to get an overall better product. But I love the line because there is not a single player. I'm trying to get back on Coach's good side. There is not a single player in the NFL who has more ice in his veins currently than Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to be deterred by playing in enemy territory or in Brazil. He's Justin Herbert, who? I mean, yes, I know he's a very good quarterback, but he doesn't even touch Patrick Mahomes' cleats. I not only like this line, I love this line, and I don't even think it's going to be a close matchup.
Seabass, you could learn a little something from our new good friend Mike over there.
Listen, Coach, I'm going to say it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to hold it in. There's no apologies here. I'll catch you later.
Oh my! I literally just got something in my eye. Literally in real. Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
It's a bug.
Oh no! I think it's an eyelash. Oh my gosh! That really hurt. Not as much as what Seabass said, but that really hurt. All right, time to do a little round the rink. More ice. Let's go on the other side. We're back live in 5 seconds. It is time to go round the rink with our man Mark from JTS. And I'm telling you, sweeping the board on a Wednesday night, the only thing better than that is doing it 2 nights in a row. Mark, what do you got?
Coach, we're going to start with Carolina and Washington. We're going to take the first period under 1.5 goals, and that's at -116. The books have finally caught on to this gem. What has been a plus money play has now shifted to -116, and for good reason. This series has been an absolute defensive showcase starring the Hurricanes, anchored by Frederick Anderson. They are giving a masterclass in how to play suffocating defense. The Capitals, on the other hand, have struggled to generate any early offense. Their power play has been stifled. They have yet to find an answer for that Carolina zone defense that they've been playing. And even with power play opportunities, they've been unable to capitalize, especially in the opening frame. I love the under here. We're next going to go with Jake Ottinger to get over 26.5 saves. He's facing the Winnipeg Jets, hoping to close out that series. He has been the cornerstone for the Stars defense this postseason. In Game 4, he got 31 saves, which just underscored his ability to handle all these high-pressure situations. Throughout the series, Ottinger has consistently faced a high volume of shots. He's averaging 28 saves per game, which is the most in the NHL playoffs this season. The Jets are facing elimination. And historically, teams in such positions, they increase their offensive output simply because they're trying to do everything they can to save their postseason lives. The Jets have a very strong offensive lineup, and with their season on the line, I expect them to be firing on all angles. But I love Otter to grab them all, and that's your skate around the rink.
Yes, it is. Both games tonight are technically elimination games, 7 p.m. Eastern, Carolina and Washington, and then the one everybody's talking about, the Stars and the Jets at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Now, as always, Round the Rink brought to you by JTS. If you're not a member yet, what are you doing? We swept the board last night. Baseball 74%. QR code is on the screen. Use our code BTT30. You get 30 days for free. Then after that, you're going to be into June, getting ready for football. This is the time to come be a part of what we are doing. Now, there is one game on the NBA hardwood tonight. It is the best series so far, and I wish there was 10 of these games. But alas, we could only get to 7, and tonight is game number 6. It is time. Hoop it up. All right, gentlemen, tonight the Oklahoma City Thunder go on the road to Denver to try to close it out and move on to the Western Conference Finals to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Seabass, I'm going to start with you because at BetMGM, right now the Thunder are favored by 4.5, minus 110 both ways. If you like the Nuggets on the money line, you can get them at plus 150, and the total 217.5, juiced to the under. Do you think the comeback in game number 5 is a sign of things to come tonight? Have the Nuggets kind of reached their limit?
I hope the Nuggets haven't reached their limit. This has probably been the best series that we've seen so far, maybe aside from Knicks, Celtics, and that back and forth, although the games haven't been that great. I think Denver can pull it out at home. I think Jokic kind of got back on his game a little bit night before last. If Jamal Murray can contribute is the way that we know Jamal Murray can, I think we force a game 7 here. I think it's great for this series if it gets back to OKC. It's going to test OKC's mental abilities as well to make for hopefully a great matchup in the Western Conference Finals. But I think Denver can get it done tonight. I like them on the money line.
And that's the thing, Mikey, is you're getting 4.5. I like the money line just like Seabass does. And the way the Thunder had their backs against the wall. The Nuggets had a lead that they should not have given up. Now, when you have that playoff experience like the Nuggets do, most of them have won a championship, then you can let that game go. But it would be very hard for me the day after to go, man, we should be up 3-2 going into Thursday night. So how do the Nuggets get over that mentally and come out tonight and just say, listen, we got to get this one, and then it's all up for grabs in game 7? Oh no! Oh no! He did it on day one! Day one! Oh, we'll have to deal with this after the show. You're on mute, big boy.
There it is. I did it. Can they call Michael Malone? For this game, that's going to be what they need to do because yes, the players are experienced, but I don't know how this coaching staff will have them prepared. And I've got to wonder this: SGA is likely the MVP this year in the NBA, and I just wonder is this the quietest series we've seen from a guy who's likely to win the MVP? Yes, he's had over 30-point games, but nothing feels like a guy who has taken over this series. I'm waiting on the one-legged shot from Nikola Jokic. I'm waiting for Aaron Gordon, who's become a three-point specialist over the last 2 years. For me, I think with SGA not taking over these games, it leaves the door open for Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic to force a game 7.
So let's talk about those player props for a second, because I know you and Young Peyton agree on Jamal Murray over 21.5. And in the playoffs, Seabass, when you have a player that their number is over 30, that's a really, really high number. And so far, that's kind of been right where he had 31 in their last game. Tonight, it's 30.5 at minus 115. Sometimes you almost have to stay away because he's not scoring 40. He's right around that 31 number. And tonight in a closeout game, if you were to ask me, I would say lean to the over because I believe stars have to show up in game 6s and game 7s.
I agree the stars have to show up in those big games. That's what makes them stars, which builds their legacy in the league, right? If this game was in OKC, I'd say 100%. It being in Denver and Denver with playoff championship experience, I think it's a little high. I probably stay away, and I'm probably looking at some of the other guys in that game, not SGA. I just anytime I see that 30 number, man, he can't hear it. Yeah, but I would say the same if it was a Kobe or a Jordan. Well, maybe not Jordan because he would just go out and do it. But hey, 30 is just a big number, man. It's a big number.
It really is. You have one bad quarter, and it now takes you down to the mid-20s. I will say this, that in game number 5, Jokic and Jamal Murray combined for 72 points, 19 rebounds, and 8 assists. And then it dropped way down to Aaron Gordon at 13. And I think tonight, Mikey, that when they're home, almost an auto has been a Jokic triple-double. And if he just picks up his passing a little bit, which I don't know that he will, but to me, it's worth a little sprinkle over at BetMGM to play a triple-double for a man who very unassumingly dominates in big games like this.
Again, that's what they need. And now I'm not on mute so I can get this full thing in. But, I'm going to look at another one. I'm going to throw another curveball at you guys.
Okay,
that is Christian Brown, over 12.5 points. Look at what the Celtics did last night. And I hate to keep bringing it back to them. They needed other guys to step up. Jaylen Brown did that. But did anyone think Derek White would lead the team in scoring, or Peyton Pritchard or Luke Cornett would play as big as they did?
Good
Christian
point.
Brown could be a great play today. And if you're at home with your back against the wall, it's not just going to be the number that you said Jokic and Murray combined for. Who else is contributing? And I really like Christian Brown in this game. And if he does show up, Murray and Jokic are the X factors. But if Brown shows up, I think they win the game.
43 minutes he played in game number 5. 43 minutes. Now, he only had 8 points, but he did have 7 rebounds. He did have 3 assists. And I think tonight, as they change their game plan, Seabass, because Oklahoma City's got to change what they're doing on Jokic and Jamal Murray as much as they can. So it may open up for a guy like Brown to really step up like a Derek White did last night for the Celtics.
I don't know that they do need to change what they're doing, because those guys are going to do what they're going to do. You're not really going to slow them down. They're going to be the ones that beat themselves, right? Bad shots from Jokic, just the ball not dropping in the bucket. But you look at that Celtics game last night, and we talked about it on the show yesterday with Jaylen Brown and his point number, right? Those other guys, those role players, those are the ones that stepped out. Brown went under. We talked, he's got to step up because Tatum is out. So I think, I agree with what Mike's saying. Those guys, Jamal Murray and Jokic, they're going to get what they're going to get. And it does leave the door open for some of these other guys, for some of those lower numbers.
So it begs the question, if the Thunder are able to close it out tonight, it'll be Minnesota and Oklahoma City with 2 of the young stars in the league, with Ant-Man and with SGA. But my question to you is, Mike, which is a better matchup for the T-Wolves? Is it the Thunder or is it the Nuggets?
I think it doesn't matter, honestly, because if you look at Anthony Edwards' kind of personality and his mantra, right? If you watch any game, Anthony doesn't care. Anthony Edwards, we're on a first-name basis. He doesn't care about anything going on in the game. He's just there to hoop. He's your favorite basketball player. And I love that nonchalant attitude he possesses within himself, because he's also lethal. So I think he'll look at, hey, I've got a former champion in the Nuggets. I'll beat them. I'll prove my place. Or I'll go beat and embarrass the guy who's likely to win the MVP, because he doesn't care. And he's just there to hoop.
We're talking about a guy who, when they beat the Lakers in downtown LA, I wouldn't walk in downtown LA just on a normal night. Wouldn't do it. He walked from the arena, Seabass, to his hotel with fans walking with him and shooting video. Didn't bother him a bit. So to back up Mikey's point, Ant-Man does not care about very much at all.
No, he definitely doesn't. I think it's great. It's one of the best mentalities to have, because you're just going out there to do what you do. You don't let the outside factors influence how you play, what people say, what they write, or whatever. I mean, don't forget, the same guy who went in, just paid 18 years of child support and one check, and said, I'm great. Let me get back out to playing basketball now.
Boy, that was kind of I guess in the world of child support, that was kind of a boss move. That was a horrible joke. No, be a part of their lives one time. I don't know. I love being a dad. I know you do too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I would do it, but that's his mentality. That's the mentality, right? Look, it doesn't matter. I'm here.
I absolutely love it. All right, gentlemen, well done tonight. The Thunder and the Nuggets, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. They've got the entire night to themselves in the NBA, of course, but we do have those 2 games in the NHL. All right, still to come, plenty more here on Coach and Company. We're going to take a look at another, on the other side, schedule reveal. And this one, well, it kind of is in the world that Seabass has made his part of his time spent the last 10 years or so. So this will be in honor of him. Also, if you weren't here at the top of the hour, that's okay. A ton of best bets, and we want to make sure you have them. We lock it in coming up before the end of the show. This is Coach and Company. We are live as always right here on Stadium. All right, gentlemen, the NFL has given us some mega matchups in week number 1. Another one, prime time, Ravens and the Bills, who are right there with the Chiefs as far as betting favorites in the AFC, depending on how you want to look at it. But this one has the Bills, Seabass, laying 1.5 at home, prime time against Baltimore, a rematch, and two of the top quarterbacks in the league. Your thoughts?
It's going to be a fun game to watch. These two teams seem to just go at it back and forth every time they play. Derrick Henry, something to prove, I guess, that as a 30-year-old running back. Lamar Jackson got to prove that he can win. Although regular season, he does okay. It's the playoffs where he struggles. So this is going to be a great game to watch. I'm just going to watch this one for the pure joy and entertainment. I wouldn't bet it.
Both guys are going to go into week one, Mikey. They have something to prove. Neither man has won a Super Bowl, and are they going to turn into the Dan Marinos of our current time? And the clock is starting to tick.
The clock is starting to tick, and I'm with Seabass. I'm just going to enjoy this game, but I'm going to enjoy it for a different reason. I want to see the defenses. We can talk about the quarterbacks and the offense of both these teams, but Buffalo went early. They got Maxwell Harrison as a rookie in this year's draft. I think he's a ball hawk playmaker. I look at the Ravens, who just had a big injury in their secondary. Now they're going to need a rookie in Malachi Starks to step up. I want to see what these defenses, who will now launch these rookies into big spots, how do they perform in these primetime games?
That's a big time question. You can't give away games anymore, guys. Right? We saw it last year that one game can be the difference between an off week, a home game, and that matters in the NFL. So you've got to come out of the blocks ready to go. By the way, did you guys see the reveal for the Bills? They had Allen Iverson. It was actually very entertaining. We'll probably play it in the next couple of days. When are you on next, Seabass? All right, we'll hold it for Wednesday. We'll hold it for Wednesday. Because I love these, because I know you hate them. You hate them so much. All right, we are back live on Coach and Company and on Stadium in just 5 seconds.
Built for this.
Let's get this thing started, y'all.
Like my hair? I was due for a blowout. Hi, I'm Destiny, but everyone calls me Dynasty. My favorite animals are zebras. I love the stripes.
The champ is here. Name's J-E-O-Y, Joey. Go Birds! They're gonna love my body. Look at this push. Camera guy, push in right here. I'm a pretty intense guy. Probably the most intense guy here.
I'm actually a pretty nice fellow. It's just that I tend to get a bit intense from time to time. No one understands me! 4 hours of makeup daily.
Big analytics guy, all about maximizing optionality. I like to wind down my days listening to Alpha Male Bro podcast while practicing extreme meditation.
I'm gonna be America's sweetheart. I can guarantee it. Yeah! I've never said this before, but this is going to be my year.
I waited my entire life for that special one, but this time, it feels different.
I've always been in long-lasting relationships, but now I truly have love. What can I say? I love love.
My hobbies include beardscaping, dehydrating food.
All right, so kind of a reality show, Brady Bunch type of feel. And Seabass, in your former life, you've been a part of, not just a star in the reality show business. Your take on the Giants' take on the schedule?
I thought that was cleverly done. I think they nailed the personas of each of those cities. There's little nuggets in each one of those. I actually enjoyed that one. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of funny.
Surprising. Mikey, did you like that one?
No, it was horrible. The only thing that's going to be worse than that is the Giants season on the football field. They needed to introduce like, hey, week 4 is when Russell Wilson will get benched. Week 7 is when Jameis will throw 5 interceptions. And week 10, we're going to finally let Jackson Dart play.
Somewhere right now, Big Tommy is ready just to take your, who's this Mike guy that we put on the show?
I'd like to hear his take on it. What do you think of that Big Tommy C? Let us know.
Yeah, Tommy, put that into the chat. Your take on Mikey saying that you guys would be horrible coming up in 2025. and not 2026, because that would mean you'd have to make it to the playoffs. And we know that's not going to happen. Gentlemen, real quick, a lot of futures are out at BetMGM, and you can bet on specific Super Bowl matchups, Seabass. And the Eagles clearly are the favorite in the NFC. So Ravens-Eagles is plus 1,600. Chiefs-Eagles plus 1,600. And the Bills and the Eagles are plus 1,700. Which one, if you had to, would you sprinkle a little future sauce on?
Well, let's see. We already saw Eagles, Chiefs, and the Bills aren't. Baltimore's close. Let me give me Baltimore and Philly, just because Baltimore's down the street from me, and I'd love to see Lamar get one. And actually, I would hope that they win because I'm tired of looking at the Eagles as well. But yeah, that's the one. I think that's the one for me.
Mikey, what about you?
I'm going to go with the Eagles and the Bills. You just mentioned, is Josh Allen going to be a Dan Marino? Is Lamar Jackson going to be a Dan Marino of this generation? I think Josh Allen has proven he may not have all the playmakers around him as these other teams do, but he still finds a way to get the job done for the most part. I would definitely like to see Josh Allen dethrone the Philadelphia Eagles if the Chicago Bears don't make this Super Bowl.
Oh, man, we got a lot of fandom running wild here on Coaching Company. When we get to December, there's a lot of therapy going on. A lot of therapy in December.
I've been in it since birth.
All right, gentlemen, well done. I can't wait. I mean, we're going to be talking NFL all summer. It's going to be here before we know it. September 4th can't come soon enough. But we got to fill up that tank, so to speak. We got to make sure that our money is set when we get to football. So the next 3 months, very, very important. Every single day, we try to win more than we lose. It is time to lock it in. We have contributions from everybody around the world. Seabass, start us off. 10 seconds, 1 or 2 nuggets is all.
We got two hit parlays today. We're going to go with, in the first one, Marcus Semien, Dalton Varsho, both to get a hit today. Marcus Semien versus Hunter Brown today. 632 career average against him. Dalton Varsho against Zach Littell. 4 of 9 in his career. Zach Littell got an atrocious hit rate. So put both of those guys together for plus 152. And if you're looking for something a little bit more conservative, Adolis Garcia, 333 versus Brown career average. Marcel Ozuna, 11 of 33 versus Trevor Williams, who's got an even worse hit rate than Zach Littell. Put those together, plus 113. And then if you're feeling, what was it we talked about Zaslow today? Nuts? Go ahead, put them all together. 4 guys, both all to get a hit for plus 399.
Boom, almost a plus 400. We'll absolutely take it. Now, these come from urgent care. Young Peyton still in the game despite a 102-degree temperature this morning. Twins, plus 115 on the money line. They won 10 games in a row, and the Orioles stink. A little same game parlay he likes, also plus 270 in there. Then that's the Nuggets and Jamal Murray. You put the Nuggets money line, you put Jamal Murray over 21.5 together, plus 270, little SGP, and I screwed it up. But you guys, you see the screen. All right, Mike, pick me up. What do you got?
I also like Jamal Murray over 21.5 points. They need him. Denver needs him to win this game, and their backs are against the wall. So I like Jamal Murray, who's averaging 22 points in this series. Give me Jamal Murray over 21.5. And Hunter Brown, yes, that number is not great, but his numbers have been 6+ strikeouts against the Texas Rangers. I think it's going to be a pitcher's duel against Jacob deGrom. Hunter Brown, one of my favorite pitchers this year, and I think he's going to easily eclipse 6 strikeouts.
All right, very good. And our man, love you guys. Have a great day. My beautiful daughter, Kiana, rolling out. We got a premium play from my man, Big Chuck, who went 2-0 yesterday. We call him our cash stacker. La Liga, Rayo Vallecano and Betis over 2.5. Both Rayo home matches, Betis road games, average 2.7 total goals. And if you're not a part of his side hustle, I'm telling you right now, what are you doing? It pays for the entire year in 1 or 2 games. Now, if you're going to cash with the coach, I got 2 plays. Round 1, PGA Championship. Currently, the lead has been at -3 for most of the day. It's now at -4. Luke Donald and Ryan Fox are at -4. These are afternoon plays. JT, Justin Thomas, a little juicy, Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze at minus 150 over Jordan Spieth. Spieth going for the career Grand Slam. However, JT's playing great golf. Recently won a signature event. Love him today in round number 1. Then my second round 1 play, Hideki Matsuyama, minus 118 over Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland admittedly has no clue where his ball is going. So I'll take my chances with a man who shot a 63 in one of his rounds last week at the Truist with your boy on the call. Mark, what is our JTS play of the day?
We are going with the Oklahoma Thunder's Aaron Wiggins to get at least 1 3-pointer tonight. He's done this in every single game against Denver this series. He's shooting a ridiculous 53% from deep. We're going to pair that with the only bright spot coming out of Toronto lately, and that's Alejandro Kirk to get a hit. Kirk has faced Tampa Bay's Zach Lytle twice already. He's already gotten 2 hits off of him. He's on a 5-game hit streak. Put them both together for a plus 110. Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
And let's make you smarter. There is BTT30 is the code. Download that QR code. We'll give you 30 days for free. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. And many of you have already. All right, let's wrap it up with my man, Raphael, making you smarter. The inside info nugget of the day is something like this. The Houston Astros are 16-4 in their last 20 road games against the Texas Rangers. Let me repeat that. They won 80% of their games at Texas in their last 20. It's an auto bet. Mike, great job for day number 1, sir. Well done. Well done. Did you have fun?
Is this thing on? I just want to make sure.
It is. It is. All right, Seabass, you're the man. Producer man, you know what time it is. Give me that one shot and understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Seabass, Mike, first show definitely will not be his last. Mark, better days ahead. JTS and producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. Young Peyton, get better. Big Chuck, you're the man. I'm the coach. We grind for you, so we're going with you. Coach and Company, live as always on Stadium. Have a great day.